I want to talk about everything that's been coming out recently around Blake Lively and her deposition. Because after reading through the details, one big question keeps coming to my mind. How is a jury ever going to fully support her version of events? A lot of new pages were unsealed in January, and after going through them, there are so many contradictions and confusing moments that make this case more complicated than it looks on the surface. At the same time, people are also reacting to recent public moments involving her husband Ryan Reynolds, especially after he posted a new Instagram reel with his longtime friend Hugh Jackman. In that video, the interaction looked very staged and performative, almost like it was meant to prove that they are still close, despite recent rumors suggesting otherwise. What made it more interesting is that Hugh rarely comments on Ryan's posts, yet this time he did, which made many people think Ryan may have asked him to publicly show support. Some also noticed that Ryan has barely shown public support for Blake on social media in recent months, including during important legal moments, which has raised more questions about what is really happening behind the scenes. Moving on to Blake's deposition, one of the most discussed parts is the trailer incident involving a producer. Different witnesses gave very different versions of what happened. Some said she was breastfeeding, some said she was standing, some said the door was open, others said it was closed. In Blake's version, she says she told him not to come in, but eventually allowed him inside while she was getting ready, asked him to turn around, and later noticed that he was looking at her. She says this made her uncomfortable and shaken. However, in his version, he says he knocked, offered to return later, and only entered after she told him it was okay. Because of these conflicting stories, it becomes very difficult to know what really happened, and a jury will likely struggle with that too. Another major part of her testimony focuses on the intimate scenes in the movie. Blake says she believed some scenes were added without her consent and not for creative reasons. She admitted that she had not fully read the novel before filming, even though she knew it contained romantic and sexual content. During questioning, she seemed unsure whether these scenes were added for artistic reasons or something else, and she admitted that she did not clearly ask Justin Baldoni about his intentions. It is also known that she had refused early meetings with an intimacy coordinator, which makes this issue more complicated. Producers had reportedly emotional, so adding such scenes was not unusual for an R-rated romantic drama. Because of this, many people feel it is difficult to prove that these choices were made to target her personally. Then there is the issue of hugging on set, which Blake described as something that made her uncomfortable. She said that on the first day she told everyone not to make hugging a daily habit, yet claimed that Justin and another colleague continued to expect physical affection and became distant when she avoided it. She said she sometimes went along with hugs just to keep the work environment smooth. On the other hand, Justin testified that hugging was part of the general culture on set, and that Blake herself sometimes initiated it. He also said he found it strange that some people complained about hugging, when they themselves often hugged him. This back and forth makes it hard to present a clear picture of intentional harassment, especially in an industry where friendly physical gestures are sometimes common. Many people believe that when this goes to trial, jurors may find these claims uncomfortable, awkward, or unprofessional, but not necessarily criminal. Another topic that recently went viral is comments made by Amanda Seyfried on The Graham Norton Show. She openly admitted that she once received an executive producer credit on a film without really earning it and called it a vanity credit. She praised Margot Robbie for actually doing the hard work behind the scenes, and said she did not want people to misunderstand her role. Many viewers felt this honesty indirectly highlighted how some celebrities take credit without real contribution, and some even saw it as a subtle contrast to Blake's situation. Amanda is also known for living quietly and running an animal sanctuary, which adds to her image as someone who stays grounded and authentic. Overall, when you look at everything together, the Instagram performances, the inconsistent testimonies, the unclear intentions behind script changes, and the conflicting accounts about on-set behavior, this case becomes less about one clear story and more about confusion, perception, and personal interpretation. In court, that kind of uncertainty can be dangerous, especially when jurors are expected to judge serious allegations. Whether people support Blake or not, it is clear that convincing a jury will not be easy, and this lawsuit is far from simple. Today I'm going to tell you something about Blake Lively that most people never talk about, something you won't see on red carpets or in interviews, because behind her perfect Hollywood image, there is a very different story. For years, Blake has been known as the perfect celebrity, beautiful, confident, successful, and always in control of her public image. But recently some secret details from her movie sets and legal documents have started to come out, and they have shocked many people. According to reports, her last movie set was full of tension, misunderstandings, and serious complaints, especially about personal space and intimate scenes. But the surprising part is that different people on the same set told completely different stories, which made fans wonder if the truth is being hidden. Another thing most people don't know is that Blake herself admitted she didn't fully read the original book before signing the movie, even though the book already had bold and romantic scenes. So many insiders questioned why she later complained about similar scenes in the script. Now let's talk about her husband, Ryan Reynolds, who is usually very active and supportive online. But during this whole controversy, he suddenly became quiet. No big public defense, no emotional posts, no strong presence in court, and that silence made many fans uncomfortable and suspicious. Some insiders believe he didn't want to damage his own image by getting involved, while others think there are private problems behind closed doors that we will never see. Then there is the director Justin Baldoni, who said that many things Blake complained about were normal on movie sets and that there was no bad intention. And he even claimed that friendly behavior like hugging was part of the general culture and that Blake herself sometimes joined in. So now we have two powerful sides telling two very different stories, and that's where the real mystery begins. Another secret about Hollywood is power, because in this industry, your name often matters more than facts. And Blake is part of the top circle with big influence, big studios, and strong connections. So some people believe this case is not just about discomfort, but about reputation and control. Many insiders also say this lawsuit is more about saving face than finding truth, because once your image is damaged in Hollywood, it's very hard to fix. The truth is, celebrities are not what they seem. The smiles, the interviews, and the perfect life are carefully planned, while behind the scenes there are egos, pressure, and power games. Blake is not a villain and she is not a saint. She is a human being inside a very tough system, and sometimes in that system, the real truth gets lost. So now I ask you, do you think Blake is telling her full story? Or is this just another Hollywood drama turned into a big legal show? Write your opinion in the comments and stay connected for more hidden celebrity stories like this.